Hello and welcome to another vinyl video. I did one on Prince a little while back, and this box is really dance music, electronic music, and some hip hop as well. Okay, the box is full, so there's more than what I have in the box, but you'll see that on another video. This is the first one we've got, Kraftwerk Man Machine. You can see it, just pull that out there. We have red vinyl, lovely juicy red vinyl in the inner sleeve. Just put that back. And you've got Man Machine. That's the track list. There you go. Pretty great album, actually. And this is also Kraftwerk. This is Computer World, which is there's the track list, and there's my stomach rumbling. This one is, as you can see, the first one was red, and it's red vinyl. This is yellow, so it's obviously green vinyl. There you go. Transparent-y. Transparent-ish. Transparent-like. Transparent. Sort of transparent. There you go. Alright, put that one back. Next up, we have a single, 12-inch single, Malcolm McLaren and the world's famous Supreme Team. Very, very strange how they did that. But Buffalo Gals, okay? It's the special stereo scratch mix, which I'm not sure exactly how that differs. And there you go, that's the instructions. How to do the dance. Do-si-do your partners. First girl in number one couple walks alone around outside of square until she gets back home. All do-si-do with partners, all do-si-do with corners, all swing partners, all promenade, all swing partners, all promenade, and all promenade again. Sounds like a rubbish dance. Anyway, that's Buffalo Gals, which I absolutely love. That's an amazing track. When I was a kid and I heard that, I was just flipping out. I said, oh, that's... Because I was really new that stuff back then, you know? Anyway, this is Grandmaster Flash Furious 5, The Message. I didn't put that on there, someone did, and I bought this. It's all crumpled inside, you see that? It's all woo. It's too small, obviously, for it. Anyway, The Message, and on the flip side, catch you on the flip side, you've got the instrumental of The Message. Okay, so if you've ever wanted to hear the instrumental of The Message, that's where you can find it, on the 12-inch of The Message. And here we have, oh, I love this song. Again, this is one of those ones that made me go all flippity-outy. This includes the extended version of The Message. Alright, and there you go. Step Off and The Message. Step Off, I know every word of that. The full-length version, I know every word of it. I originally had the 7-inch single, and I couldn't resist. I had to get the 12-inch single. And what bothers me on streaming platforms is when you listen to it on streaming platforms, it has a sort of, well, it has a different intro. You know, it doesn't have the Chaka Khan intro, which is fine, I suppose. Here's Beastie Boys, the Gatefold album of, there we go, License to Ill. Rest in peace, MCA, Adam Yauch. That's in front of the World's Fair globe. There they are, the young boys. And yeah, that's it really. That's the original album of License to Ill from 86, 87 in the UK, I think. And here, I was a big fan when I was in school. Fight for Your Right to Party, 12-inch, 3-track 12-inch. There we go. Oh, I wrote the BPMs, which are probably wrong. Fight for Your Right, Time to Get Ill, and No Sleep Till Brooklyn, because when I started DJing when I was 16, I put BPMs on things, but they were all worked out by hand, so not really very effective at all. Here we go, No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Hold It Now. Hit it. Posse in Effect and Brass Monkey. That funky monkey. Where does it go? Goes in there. Goes right next to his buddy. Fight for Your Right. Now what's after that? Uh-oh, something's missing. Something's missing. Let me just see if I can find it. Alright, I'll find it. And here we go, I've got it. Da 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 da. It was in between. That's the No Sleep Till Brooklyn picture disc, 7-inch picture disc. It's actually 12 inches total, but it's because you can't have 12-inch picture discs. Well, you can't have shaped 12-inch picture discs because the circumference can't be any more than 12 inches or it won't fit on the record player. So you only get 7-inch shaped picture discs, and that's the one. Same cover as the album. Look at that. Oh, but if those were the prices nowadays, and that's in mint condition, zip zip zabulous. Absolutely fantabulous. And now, just for the record, here is a modern matte version, much more faded. Same design, obviously, but let me just try and get this out here. Here we go. The Def Jam is here. There you go. But here's the coup d'etat, or whatever it is. No, that's not the right phrase, is it? Pièce de resistance? I don't know. This clear, sort of transparent vinyl. Heavy. Heavy. Coup d'etat. I think that's got something to do with war. Anyway, maybe I'm right. Maybe it is the right thing to say. I don't know. I don't actually care too much about it, I'll be honest with you. This is a live video, you know. It's not scripted. What do you want from me? As I said, this is chronological, so this is a little bit out of order because this is 86. This is the original You Got the Love, the Source featuring Candice Staten. That's the Clubhouse, the House Appella, which is why I bought it. The extended vocal and the radio edit, and got a sticker on there. Yeah, from Streetwave Recordings, which is quite a big deal. I think the reason I'm going to put it in the right place, which is before Beastie Boys, because I'm pretty sure it came out in 86 and Beastie Boys came out in 87 in the UK. I know a lot about the charts because I've been studying them so much for my top 40 shows. There are some top 40 videos here on YouTube, but if you want to hear my top 40 radio shows from 1970 to 91, you can hear them on Mixcloud. I'll put a link in the description. I've uploaded 76. I've done 70 to 76, including a couple of album shows. Anyway, I digress. You can hear all my radio shows on Mixcloud, and I do some dance music radio shows and hip-hop radio shows as well, so have a listen. Kid and Play last night. Oh yeah, it says right there. On Cool Tempo Records. That was quite a big deal when I was at this point in time. In the late 80s, Cool Tempo was a pretty serious label. It's got Last Night, the instrumental, Herb Rock Beats, and Last Night. And this side is Last Night, the vocal. The full-length version. There you go. Nothing much to say about that. It's great. I mean, Kid and Play are Kid and Play, right? So, well, yeah. I mean, I like that song. I think it's fantastic. Great sample. Here we go. We're into 1988 now. Crush, House Arrest. My God, I adored this song. And I was going out with a really cool girl at the time as well, so this brings back great memories. It didn't last very long. I still have the 12-inch. I don't have the girl anymore. So, yeah, motley laugh there. I think I'll just put that in there, in the back of Kid and Play, actually. In the poly sleeve. I'm wasting time by putting these in carefully. I should be mistreating my records for quickness. Of course not. It'll be silly. I love this one. The Jack That House Built by Jack and Chill. It's great. It's in my head now, just as I'm talking about this. That's a brilliant song. Let me just pop it back into a sleeve all by itself, which seems a bit of a waste. I'll just put it in without the sleeve. Take the sleeve out and use that for another record. Later. Now, Cold Cut, Doctor in the House. I love this song so much, but this is not the right version. This is the Upset remix, and it's nothing compared to the version I like the most. But the reason I got this is because it is transparent yellow vinyl, which is actually not that nice because it's a blue inner and some person's sticker there. So that annoys me as well, but it's not really annoying. It just seems like, I'd rather it wasn't there, but there you go. What are you going to do? What's that one? Oh, that's next. Right, okay, so we're in 88. We're still in 88. We're going to go for this one. Oh, man. You're going to hear me say this a lot, but I love this song. Bomb the Bass, Beat This, Extended This. Look at that as well. That's cool, that Mr. Ron label. That's very, very cool. Beat This Radio Edit, and bonus beats. It was a thing. It was a big thing. Sampling. Steinsky and Mass Media were maybe first to do all that stuff. We just take a whole bunch of samples and just put them together with some cool beats and some cool synth breaks and whatever, some scratching. Oh, really, really good stuff. I love this. This is Nicole and Rock the House. Now, for ages, and I mean ages, the vocal for this has been sampled so much. If you know Peace and Harmony by Brothers in Rhythm, then you'll know this very well. But I have a track from 91. Well, a guy that I thought was my friend stole all my records. It's a long, I don't want to get into it. I had this track by Sylvia Coleman called Into the Night, Tyra Tyra. And it uses this vocal, but just the Tyra Tyra part is Sylvia Coleman, but the rest is Nicole's Rock the House. And it's different music, it's very cool music, but it's not, those are terrible boots by the way. But this is where the vocal came from, Rock the House by Nicole. And I love this. And it has an a cappella mix. So I've been saying this for ages, but I'm going to do a remix of Rock the House because I love that vocal so much. I'm not going to sing it to you because it wouldn't sound accurate, and you'd probably wish me not to. But keep an eye on this channel, and you'll eventually hear a remix of Rock the House. Just the vocal, and I'll do my own music for it. This is Born the Bass first album, Into the Dragon. It's on blue vinyl. It's in a poly. I was going to say I won't take it out, but you're watching this to see vinyl, so of course I'll pull it out and show you. Bit of a hassle. There you go. Was it worth it? I hope so. That's the first Born the Bass album, Into the Dragon. This is not the original release. I think this is a retrospective music on vinyl. Released on blue vinyl. I don't think the original was on coloured vinyl at all. Oh, look, see, I knew this was going to happen. Bloody knew it. Just talk amongst yourselves while I'm fiddling with this. Trying to get it back in. You can hear all that destruction happening. Okay, that was okay. No, it's happened again. There we go. So, this is an album called Rap Tracks, which has been seen on TV. 20 mega rap and house tracks. Now, just to give you some context, if you're young or unaware, back in the day, because I grew up with hip-hop and electronic music, we're pretty much the same age. I'm the same age as Roland synthesizers, drum machines, and Ziggy Stardust, among other things. And when I was a youngster, hip-hop was coming up. It was brand new and fresh, and electronic music too. And there was a moment in the 80s where they decided to smash hip-hop, it was called rap at the time, and house together. And there was actually a scene called Hip House, which was pretty bad. But there were some great tracks from Hip House, but it's just a bad idea. You don't have to have a genre for it. But anyway, there's the track list. This isn't Hip House. This is just because they were just smashing those two genres into one genre. There are some great tracks on here, and I didn't know a lot of these tracks before I had this album, so I'm grateful for that. And I have two versions as well. I have one with a good cover and bad vinyl, and one with a bad cover and good vinyl, good cover, bad vinyl, bad cover, but the good cover had the bad vinyl, so I bought another copy and put the good cover with the good vinyl, and that's that one there, okay? Because my original vinyl got scratched to flip by me when I was learning to DJ. Soul to Soul, Club Classics Volume 1. It's an iconic album from 1989. There's the track list at the bottom. It's got the a cappella of Back to Life. Now, if you know the track Anthem by Enjoy, then you will be well aware of that, because it uses part of that where she says, "Feel the melody that's in the air." It's basically that. I'm sorry about that vocal, but what do you want me to do? It's very high. Up next, a Music Factory master mix. Now, I had quite a few of these, and most of my originals were stolen by the person I told you about earlier. I'm not going to mention that anymore because it really breaks my heart so much. Anyway, as you can see, these are the guys that did Jive Bunny, but hang on, don't hold that against this, because although Jive Bunny was garbage, this is actually really good. They did really good mixes, and that's what these were basically. These were subscription DJ records that you could only get through subscription. You couldn't buy them in the shops, and they had all those mixes. Let me see. Put that record back on. Yeah, this is like classic 80s house. Plus there's some remixes. There's a Good Life remix. Alexander O'Neill, Get on the Dance Floor. And they used to have like little samples and stuff as well. So there would be samples from films, famous films. And you could just drop them into your mix, you know. Now this next album is absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. This is Deep Heat 89. Fight the Flame. Is that a mark? Oh, it's on the cover actually. 32 of the hottest house hits. But I'm telling you, excuse me, it really is. Look at that track list. The second record, sorry, is not all that, but it's okay. But it's the first one that's really, really great. As you can see, the first record, oh yeah, oh my god, jeez Louise, that's a great record, really great record. Now this next one. Yeah, this is the one, isn't it? This is the thing. This is the one that everybody's been raving about recently. Rest in peace, Trugoy, Plug 2. So sad. It's a double album, and it is yellow vinyl. Okay, it's a yellow vinyl version, double album, and you get the wee sort of comic inside. And what they've done is these album sleeves are thicker to accommodate two albums. There's the sort of cartoony inner, the comic strip thing. Smells very cardy. Right, I thought there were two, but anyway, here we go. Didn't want to do that. Be careful, be very, very gentle. And here is the sort of, I think it's, oh, what's the colour they call it? Well, it's pink, obviously, but they call it magenta, I think. Is it magenta? I think it's magenta. So I've got the yellow vinyl and the magenta vinyl of 3 Feet High and Rising on vinyl, super vinyl. And it's got the pink inner with the comic strip thing. So that's pretty fantastic. It's really, really fantastic. Oh, I don't want to get the screen there. Now what's next? Bunch of 12 inches. Oh, this is one of my favourites. Final Cut with True Faith featuring Bridget Grace. Take Me Away. And as you can see, it's got an a cappella mix. And here on this side, it's got a B cappella mix. Ah, you see what they did there? The problem is they're not really a cappellas because they have beats. But I used the a cappella of Take Me Away in my album. Oh, hang on a second. I think it's Vignettes Volume 24 or it's on 23. I've made 25 Vignettes albums, just short pieces of music. I did them all in 18 months. It wasn't a rush or anything. I was inspired every day and did so much. And I used that sample in one of my tracks. Sorry, it's called the Take Me Away remix of something, but I'll leave a link to that if I can remember. This is a song I love. Manic MCs featuring Sarah Carlson and Mental. And the chorus, I mean, it's very cheesy, but the chorus is really great. And I actually made a mistake with this one. I originally bought the wrong version. I bought this one, which is a bunch of remixes. It's an RCA DJ promo. I used to be on a bunch of mailing lists back in the day, and I used to get these records for free. But I didn't get that one for free, but I recognised the label. That's an RCA promo, DJ promo. I used to get free records all the time. God, how lucky I was. All DJ promos, and they're not with me anymore. I've already told you the story, I won't go into that. This is a fantastic album as well. 1990, 12-inch remixes. Nothing But a House Party, The Right Stuff Too. There's the track listing. I think that's pretty great. That's a great record. You see all those? Some great songs on there. In fact, the De La Soul Magic Number, the 1-2-3 mix, it's a slightly different version to the one you may know and love. It's pretty great. But there's some awesome tracks on there. Now, we've got a 12-inch here, the Magic Number, Say No Go, I Know, and Me, Myself, and I. So basically, those are the 4 massive hits from 3 Feet High and Rising. So it's the 2 Mad mix of the Magic Number, bonus beats of Say No Go, Daisy Bass mix of I Know, and Me, Myself, and I, Say No Go, remixed by Cutmaster Swift and DJ Pogo for DMC. DMC was the other company. That one I showed you, the subscription company, DMC did that as well. I used to get a bunch of subscription mixes from them as well. These are okay, these mixes. They're not all that, but they're okay. This next one, oh, I love this so much. It's mint condition as well. Very pleased about that. This is Mark Summers. You can't get this on streaming platforms, so I'm glad I have this. Summers Magic, a unit mix, original mix, and 5p Like a Micro, and a remix of Party Children. They're all great on 4th and Broadway. Very familiar cover. Yeah, they're all great. Every single track on there is absolutely fantastic. I love Mark Summers. I think he's incredibly talented. Big fan of his. Now, one of the records from back in the day that I managed to save because it wasn't in the collection that he took from me, it's a lot. You're probably thinking, why did you let him take it? He was looking after them for me, and then one day I said, can I have my records back? He said, oh, I got rid of them. So how could you get rid of them? Why not ask me first? You know what I mean? Just get rid of them. He probably still has them, he just didn't want to give them back. Twat. So, DJ H featuring Steffi, Think About, sampling Aretha Franklin. Now here's the original. I've got a story to tell you about this. Groove is in the Heart. I was working on a holiday camp as a DJ when I was 18 years old. I had just turned 18. And this came out and I just loved it. Of course, everyone loves this song. Who doesn't love this song? Show yourself. And I went to Edinburgh because I was in a place sort of between Edinburgh and Newcastle. That's where I lived and worked. And I went to Edinburgh, got this, got home, didn't have any time, went straight to work, straight to the holiday camp. And during the show that night, because I was the DJ at the end of the night, but I would also do light and sound. And during the show that I was supposed to be monitoring for light and sound, I snuck into the DJ box and played this repetitively. They could probably hear it from the headphones, but I was unaware. So yeah, it's just amazing. You know, if you know that song, then I don't need to say anything else. It's just amazing. So amazing, in fact, that when they brought out a Record Store Day version on pink vinyl, I had to have it. I think it's pretty much the same track-wise. But yeah, that is just, it's a phenomenal song. And you know it is. Everyone knows it is. It's just, it's perfect. In every way. Now this next record, I've got 2 versions. Again, I've got my original, and then I've got my protected cover in here. This is Megabass, the album, number 1. This is fantastic, by the way. I could listen to this over and over again. It's just perfect. There's the track listing. There's the first record. You've got Time to Make the Floor Burn, which they actually brought out as a single, but a much more, much shorter version. And then Get Down to the Funky Beat. Now this is more of a funky sort of hip-hop beat, and this is more of a house beat. The tempo changes, obviously, but yeah. But then if you look at the second record, it's pretty much the same records, just slightly mixed slightly differently. But it doesn't matter. This is so worth having. It's the same guys that did those Music Factory mixes that I was telling you about, the subscription ones. The guys that did Jive Bunny did this. Yes, Jive Bunny is garbage, but this is a piece of work. It's so fantastic. I'm trying to get Megabass 3 on vinyl, but I keep checking Discogs, and I can only get it from abroad. And because of this ridiculous Brexit, I have to pay a premium to have things posted from other territories outside the UK, which I completely object to. I hope all the idiots that voted for Brexit are feeling guilty. It's all their fault. a mess now. And there's the original vinyl of Megabass, which, as you can imagine, is scratched all to fuckery. And, of course, Megabass 2. The hottest dance hits of the decade. Well, that's not true, because this was released in 1990, I think, so how could you possibly know what was going to happen? But there was, maybe the 80s they're talking about, because there are a lot of 80s tracks, especially on the Pink side. But this is great as well. Rave to the Rhythm and Retro Future. They're not great names, of course, but it doesn't matter. The mixes are what counts, and those two records. I'd like to get Megabass 3, as I said, but if I can find a relatively excellent / mint copy in Britain, I'll jump on it. Primal Scream, Screamadelica. I have a channel on Instagram where I show my vinyl records, like with photographs. As you can see, these are picture discs of Screamadelica. So this record has just those 6 songs, 3 on one side and 3 on the other, I guess, or 2 on one side and 4 on the other, it depends. Yeah, this is brilliant. It's really, really brilliant, man. No, man. Yeah, it's terrific. Terrific. Screamadelica, 2 picture discs. Oh, here we go. I should put the video on pause while I'm doing this. Can I get it done? I hope my head isn't popping into the screen. Oh, I know. You do not want that, mate. No way. Alright, well, I'm now regretting not pausing the video. Right, back to Music Factory again. Master Mixes. This is the guys that did Megabass and Jive Bunny. And this, as you can see, alright, you've got the Big Beats 1990 Megamix. You've got We Will Rock You remix. YMCA 1990. I don't need that. DJ Toolkit, that's what I was talking about. That's where they have just a bunch of vocal samples. The Covers Mix, Give It Up remix, and Dance Classics Volume 2. And just, oh dear, this sleeve is broken. That's the track list, so you can pause that and have a wee scooch of that. Alright. Nice one. Top 1, nice one, sorted, or whatever it was. And here's volume 59. I had this when this was one of the ones that was taken from me, but I re-got it again. Brings back a lot of memories. Got a Kylie Megamix. DJ Toolkit, that's just the vocal samples. Only for the Headstrong, which is techno. Tribe Called Quest mini mix, that's why I had to re-get it. Let the Piano Take Control, just Piano House, and Mixed Emotions. And there is the track list. Okay. Pause. Watch. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. Nice. I don't listen to them too often, actually, but so I've only got them on vinyl, you see. I'm not sure if you can hear them on YouTube. Sometimes you can hear things like that on YouTube. Now, this next record is brilliant. I've got this on CD as well. And I had this back in the day. This is a version I had to get retrospectively because of the thing I told you. This is great because I had this in 91. I just started DJing with decks. I got my own decks in 91. And so this was around that time when I was getting records, so I could just practice mixing and stuff like that. And as you can see, it has the You Got the Love version from 91. Move Your Body, Take Me Away. That's the first time I heard that. This is the first time I heard all of these songs. My Love, Collapse, that's gorgeous. Soho, Hippie Chick, that's brilliant. I Want to Give You the Same Song. Now, same song by Digital Underground. By the way, Tupac was in Digital Underground, and he's in this song. This is the best version. The version, if you go on YouTube and look for, or streaming platforms, go for Same Song, Digital Underground, you'll hear a version, and you might like it. But this is the version. This is amazing, this version. I'm not sure if it's got a name. It just says produced by Digital Underground. So does it have a special name? No, it doesn't. But it's brilliant, the mix of that. You can hear it on YouTube if you really just go looking for Same Song remix. But of course you won't know it when you hear it. But I know what I'm listening for, so that's how I know. This next record, LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out, is a pretty nice record. Some great songs on there. Booming System, Around the Way Girl, I love that. Mama Said Knock You Out, of course, is brilliant. Jingling Baby, the remix, Marley Marl remix, that is a brilliant remix of Jingling Baby. So for me, Jingling Baby, Mama Said Knock You Out, Around the Way Girl, those three tracks are absolutely stonkingly good. I mean, outrageously good, just fantastic. Super duper. Right, next, Portishead and Dummy. Okay. I don't need to say anything about that. It's just fantastic. There isn't a bad song on that album. It's amazing. I think it's just black vinyl. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm gonna pull it out and check and see that it is just. Oh, it comes out the side. Yeah, it's black vinyl. It's very strange because they've got this. Oh, never mind. The inner cover is the inner sleeve is strange because it should be the other way around. Never mind, you don't know what I'm talking about, obviously. That's not an insult, I'm just saying, how could you know what I'm talking about? I'm just rambling. Oh, there's something wrong here. Oh, maybe not. There's a 12-inch single. Forever I thought that I had a special version, like special promo, but this is just the normal 12-inch of something. What is this? It doesn't say anyway, but I can't remember, but it's from the second album. You'll know. Mention it in the comments so people can know what I'm trying to say. Hang on a second. What on earth is going on? Do you know what's happened? I put it back in the wrong place. This is what I was looking for. This is the second album. Still sealed. For her pleasure. There you go. There's a running list. A running order. This one they tried to avoid samples and just make it by themselves. And Forever. I think it's Western Eyes. It says here Western Eyes. Yeah, Western Eyes. Additional vocals, Sean Atkins samples Hookers and Gin from the Sean Atkins Experience, 1957, courtesy of Starfish Records. Because the sample is so good, but it's a lie. It isn't. There is no Sean Atkins Experience. There is no Sean Atkins. They created him so people will go looking for him. So nice job, guys. I like it. By the way, that 12-inch that I was showing you before, I think it's Cowboys. Yeah, I think that 12-inch I showed you was Cowboys. Now, what do we have here then? Well. Oh, this is gorgeous. Le Soleil près de moi. Air on sort of marble, orange and yellow, sort of marble vinyl. You can see a little bit of the marbling there. Record Store Day release. Le Soleil près de moi. And J'ai dormi sans love. I'm not going to read those, but there's 4 tracks on there. It's getting dark actually, and I'm behind my sofa, so the light isn't great, and I don't want to run out of light, so I'm just going to show you the rest of these nice and quickly. That's another one, Record Store Day release from Air Casanova 70. These are brilliant. I don't like that vinyl. Just a bit cheap looking, you know, but if it had just been clear vinyl, super duper. But yeah, Casanova 70, Le Professionnels, and then 2 more versions of Casanova 70. I'm going to play these soon. I like these records. I want to play them, I want to listen to them. Of course, you need to really get the vibe going, you know, with the vinyl. You've got to be ready for it and patient and have your ears open. This is one of the best albums of the 90s, if not the best album of the 90s. Air, Moon Safari, came out in 98, created a huge buzz. They used to say that every cocktail party or dinner party in the late 90s played this record. I don't know how they could possibly know that. Cocktail party. And that's the vinyl. It's actually glow in the dark, if you can believe such a thing. That is glow in the dark vinyl. It's a bit of a nasty colour, but when it's pitch black, this is apparently glow in the dark. So if you have a power cut, then just put that on. Of course it won't work because the record player won't work, but it doesn't have to go around. So you know, if you want to have the fanciest torch in the world, just slap that on and see your way around in the dark with Moon Safari. That should be the advert. Find your way around in the dark with Moon Safari. Now this is probably the best album of the 90s. I know I just said that about that one. That's why I said, oh, no, 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 shut up, shut up. This is 2000. So yeah, forget it. This is probably the best electronic album of all time, as far as I'm concerned. You know it. Everyone should know this. Is that... So there you go. That's meant to be there, right? That's a brilliant album. Daft Punk. Oh, Discovery. Yeah. Was that in the sleeve? No, it wasn't. Good. There you go, back home. And this one, we're getting to the end now, almost there. This is a brilliant album. A really amazing album. I've listened and I've loved Caravan Palace since the beginning. And this is the best album as far as I'm concerned. When this came out, this was the second album. This was far better than the first one. And when the third one came out, I thought, oh, they've almost bettered the second one. But retrospectively, you know, looking back, I think this is the best one. There were some amazing songs on here. Absolutely amazing songs. Yeah, this is it's just, oh, that's Sydney, that's a great song. Oh, I love that album so much. Oh, yeah, sorry. Special vinyl. Double vinyl. White. Pure white vinyl, which is nice. I like white vinyl. I actually wanted to make a vinyl of my own music, and I was going to make it a 10-inch white vinyl. It's just cost prohibitive though to make that kind of record, especially nowadays. But one day, if you guys follow my music and like it, and I get some support and some fans, then maybe I can afford to make some vinyl for you guys and sell it to you. For a small profit, of course. Brother's got to eat, right? Brother's got to eat right. Now this is a great album. On hip hop now, the last few ones are hip hop records. I don't have too many hip hop records on vinyl. I mean, this is D'Angelo and the Vanguard, Black Messiah. Brilliant record. Took him a while to do this. There you go. Favorite track? Sugar Daddy, easily. But there's so many great tracks on here. I'm not too keen on the first side, but the rest of it is just, you know, most of it is absolutely amazing. 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 And this record's amazing as well. This is Kendrick Lamar, but To Pimp a Butterfly. I wasn't sure if it was Pimp or To Pimp a Butterfly. That's what I checked. There you go. I didn't realise till I got the vinyl this was Dr. Dre was one of the executive producers. That guy's pretty talented, I think. I mean, Kendrick Lamar is another level. So if Dr. Dre had something to do with it, then massive tip of the hat. I think a lot of people would agree, for me, that These Walls, that is just an amazing, it's a great album, but that's a brilliant song, These Walls. And he likes it himself, I believe. Kendrick loves it too. But that is just a fantastic song. It is so perfect. It's just brilliant. But it's a great album. Great album. To Pimp a Butterfly from 2015. They were both from 2015, I think. Or was one 2014? And this is Untitled Unmastered, which I got for an incredibly good price. I couldn't believe how cheap this was. I was so thrilled. No point showing you that because I believe that number 5, that's my favourite one. It's not. No, it's black vinyl. Yeah, it's black vinyl. Yeah, that would be asking too much, you know. Oh, is it a special colour? No, it's not. And the last one, doodly-doo, from 2021. This is Genesis Owusu and Smiling with No Teeth. Again, I got this for a great price, but the colour of the vinyl isn't great. I don't like it, but you know, there's the track listing down here. Some amazing tracks. I do a radio show called Eargasms where I play music from nowadays, and I've played a few of those ones. I try to play music by people that aren't that well known. I think he's quite well known. Look at that colour. I'm not a fan at all, but it is what it is, and I got it for a great price, and it's the vinyl of the album, so I'm not going to complain at all, not for one iota. Right, okay, I think that was the wrong use of iota. IOTA as a thing, not a time. Not for 1 second. There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Back with another one soon. Subscribe, like, share, comment. See you later.